Hear me before today ends. I am asking you to stop what you are doing and listen with your whole heart. Not later, not when things calm down, not when you feel ready. This moment is not waiting for you to feel comfortable. This moment is reaching for you because time has already moved farther than you think. You have let many moments slip past before, telling yourself you will return, telling yourself you would deal with it tomorrow, telling yourself this could wait. But I am speaking now because this one cannot. Your soul already knows that something is closing, that something important is at stake, and that quiet urgency you feel is not imagination. It is truth knocking while there is still a door to open. Do not turn your back on me now. I need you to see this, even if it shakes you, even if it makes you uncomfortable, even if it disrupts your plans for the rest of the day. You have turned away before, not in anger, not in rebellion, but in avoidance. You looked away because it felt easier than facing what you knew was true. You told yourself you would come back when you had more strength, more clarity, more peace. But turning away did not give you peace. It only gave you distance. I am not here to accuse you of that. I am here to stop you from doing it again when the cost would be greater. Time is running out faster than you think, and your soul already feels it. You sense it in the pressure behind your thoughts. You sense it in the way rest no longer fully restores you. You sense it in the way urgency rises at unexpected moments, as if something inside you is saying, "Pay attention now." That voice is not panic. It is awareness. It is your spirit responding to truth. You have tried to quiet it with distraction, with noise, with busyness, but it keeps returning because it carries something you need to hear. This message is reaching you before midnight for a reason that is eternal. I am not speaking to you about a clock on the wall. I am speaking to you about a moment in your heart. Midnight is not just an hour. It is a line, a shift, a closing of one space and the opening of another. There are moments when clarity is available and moments when it becomes harder to reach. You are standing in one of those moments now. That is why this feels intense. That is why it feels personal. That is why it feels like something you should not ignore. If you ignore this, you will carry the regret far longer than you imagine. Not because I will punish you, not because I will stop loving you, but because regret grows when truth is known and dismissed. It grows quietly, shaping choices, dulling hope, whispering you knew in moments when you wish you had chosen differently. I am not trying to frighten you. I am trying to spare you. Regret is heavy not because it comes from me, but because it comes from missed opportunity. And I do not want you to carry that weight when there is still time to lay it down. This is not fear speaking to you. This is love warning you while there is still time. Fear rushes to control. Love speaks clearly and gives you the dignity of choice. I am not forcing you. I am not cornering you. I am placing truth in front of you and asking you to look at it honestly. Love warns when silence would harm. Love interrupts when delay would cost too much. Love speaks now because love sees what you cannot yet see. My child, this may be the last moment you hear my voice this clearly. Not because I will disappear, but because hearts change when truth is ignored too long. Sensitivity dull. Conviction softens. Urgency fades. You do not wake up one day hardened. It happens slowly, through small dismissals, small delays, small decisions to look away. I am speaking clearly now because clarity is still possible. Do not trade that clarity for comfort. I know your first instinct may be to pull back, to protect yourself, to tell yourself this is too much, too intense, too demanding. But be honest with yourself. You feel this because it matters. You feel this because something deep inside you recognizes the weight of this moment. You feel this because you were not created to drift endlessly. You were created for truth, for connection, for life that is awake and real. Say your will, not mine, Lord, if your soul is surrendered completely to Him. Hear me before today ends, because tomorrow is not promised in the way you think. Not just in days, but in awareness. Tomorrow may come with more noise, more distraction, more reasons to delay. Tonight, your heart is open enough to hear. Tonight, the questions you have avoided are close to the surface. Tonight, the quiet has enough space for truth to speak. That is why I am calling you now. Do not turn your back on me now. Turning away does not make the truth disappear. It only makes it harder to face later. I am not standing here as an enemy to your comfort. I am standing here as a protector of your soul. I see where certain paths lead. I see where continued delay takes you. I see how easily life can become a cycle of survival without meaning. And I refuse to let you walk there without reaching for you again. Time is running out faster than you think, because moments like this are rare. Not rare because I am distant, but because life is loud. Because hearts grow tired. Because attention is scattered. When a moment of stillness breaks through, when truth reaches you without distortion, when you feel both urgency and love at the same time, that is not common. That is a gift. You not wasted. This message has found you before midnight because timing matters. You could have encountered this another day. You could have missed it entirely. But here you are, reading these words, feeling something stir inside you. That is not coincidence. That is care. That is intention. That is me refusing to let this day end without giving you a chance to respond. If you ignore this, regret will not come loudly. It will come quietly. It will show up in moments when you wonder why peace feels far away. It will show up when you feel a sense of loss you cannot explain. It will show up when you realize you knew better and chose comfort instead. I do not want that for you. I want life for you. Real life. Awake life. Honest life. This is not fear speaking to you. Fear would tell you that you are already lost. Love tells you that you are still wanted. Fear would rush you without explanation. Love takes the time to speak clearly, even urgently. Fear would threaten. Love warns and waits. That is what I am doing now. My child, listen. I am not asking you to understand everything tonight. I am not asking you to fix your whole life before midnight. I am asking you not to ignore what your heart already knows. I am asking you to stop running from the quiet truth that has been following you for a long time. I am asking you to let this moment matter. This may be the last moment you hear my voice this clearly, because clarity requires response. When truth is met with honesty, it grows brighter. When it is met with delay, it grows quieter. I want you to have light, not confusion. I want you to have peace, not numbness. I want you to have direction, not endless motion. Hear me before today ends. I am stepping into your day right now, not lightly, not quietly, but with purpose. I am interrupting what you were doing because this moment cannot wait behind another task, another message, another distraction. You did not arrive here by habit or routine. This is not something you stumbled into while passing time. This moment has weight. and your spirit already feels it. I am asking you to stop because if this day closes without you hearing me, something precious will be missed, something that may not return in the same way again. I know how quickly days move for you. I know how easy it is to tell yourself you will listen later, reflect later, pray later, change later. I know how convincing those thoughts sound. But I am speaking now because this moment is time-sensitive. Not because I am impatient, but because certain doors are only open for a short while. Certain moments carry a clarity that does not linger forever. You are in one of those moments now, and that is why my voice feels urgent. Not rushed, not packed, but firm with love. This is spiritually appointed. That means it was arranged with intention. Your steps, your pauses, even your delays led you here. You may not see the full picture, but I do. I see how many times you almost stopped to listen before and didn't. I see how many times something interrupted you and pulled you away. I see how many moments slipped by when you felt a nudge and chose to ignore it. And still, I brought you here again. That alone should tell you how much this matters. Please support our channel. Our work is to bring happiness in your life and devotion to God. And if you want, you can donate to us via Super Thanks to show your support. Do not treat this like something ordinary. Ordinary moments do not stop your heart the way this does. Ordinary words do not press on your spirit like this. Ordinary interruptions do not make you feel both uncomfortable and strangely seen at the same time. This is not routine. This is not coincidence. This is not content. This is me reaching for you before the day closes, because once this day ends, something shifts. You feel that shift, even if you cannot explain it. You feel it in the way your thoughts are slowing down right now. You feel it in the way the noise around you seems less important for this moment. You feel it in the slight tension in your chest, the sense that this is something you should not ignore. That is not fear. That is awareness. That is your spirit recognizing timing. I am not asking you to rearrange your whole life in the next few minutes. I am asking you to give me this space before today ends. Space to speak. Space to be honest. Space to let truth reach you without interruption. You have filled so many days with movement and noise, hoping clarity would come through activity. But clarity often comes through stillness, and stillness requires intention. I know you are tired. I know the thought of stopping feels heavy. You are used to pushing through, getting to the next thing, staying productive, staying distracted. Stopping feels risky because it means feeling. And feeling has been something you learned to avoid. But I am not calling you to feel pain alone. I am calling you to be present with me while there is still time to respond. Hear me before today ends, because tomorrow will try to convince you this moment was not important. Tomorrow will bring fresh distractions, fresh demands, fresh excuses. Tomorrow will tell you that you overthought this, that it was just emotion, that you can come back to it later. But tomorrow does not hold the same clarity that today holds. Today is carrying something specific for you. And if you let it pass, you may spend a long time wondering why things feel dull or distant afterward. I am not threatening you. I am protecting you. I am speaking now because silence would be unloving. Love does not watch quietly when a heart is standing at a turning point. Love speaks clearly, even if it disrupts comfort. That is what I am doing now. I am not demanding perfection. I am demanding attention, because attention is the doorway to life. This day matters. not because it is special on a calendar, but because of what it holds for your heart. There are days when nothing changes even if you hear my voice. And there are days when everything can begin to change because you finally listen. This is one of those days. That is why the words feel heavier. That is why the urgency feels real. That is why you sense that this is not something to postpone. I know part of you wants to pull back right now. To tell yourself this is too much. To promise yourself you will come back later when you feel calmer, stronger, more ready. But readiness does not come before listening. It comes after. If you wait until you feel ready, you will keep waiting while days continue to close one by one. I am asking you to stay with me until this day ends. Not physically, but inwardly. Stay aware. Stay open. Stay honest. Let me finish what I started by interrupting you. You do not interrupt someone unless what you have to say matters more than what they were doing. That is true here. What I am saying matters more than whatever was holding your attention a few moments ago. This is not coincidence. You could have ignored this. You could have scrolled past it. You could have been busy elsewhere. But you are here. And that is not an accident. That is alignment. Even if you do not understand it yet, something in you knew to stop. Under that, do not override it with logic or fear. I am speaking with intensity because time is moving. Not to scare you, but to wake you. Time moves whether you pay attention or not. The difference is what you do with the moments that ask for response. This moment is asking. Quietly, firmly, clearly. And I am here with you in it. You may feel exposed right now. That is not because you are in danger. It is because truth is close. Truth always makes hearts feel uncovered before they feel healed. Do not confuse that discomfort with harm. I am not uncovering you to shame you. I'm uncovering you so nothing is to be hidden anymore. Hear me before today ends because this is a moment of grace. Grace does not always arrive softly. Sometimes it arrives urgently because delay would cost too much. This is grace knocking firmly, asking you not to turn away again. I know you have turned away before. I know you have delayed before. I know you have said later more times than you can count. I am not here to replay that. I am here to stop it from repeating tonight. This is not about your past. This is about this moment. And this moment is still open. Stay with me. Let the day slow down inside you. Let the noise fade. Let your heart listen. You do not need to understand everything before today ends. You need to hear me. Because hearing me now will shape everything that comes after the day closes. I am here. I am speaking. And this day still has time. My child, do not turn your back on me now. I know the impulse rising inside you. That quiet urge to pull away, to close this, to tell yourself you will come back later when you feel calmer, when the weight eases, when the moment passes. I know how familiar that feeling is to you. It has protected you before. It has helped you avoid pain, pressure, and truths that felt too heavy to face. But I am asking you, gently and firmly, not to obey it this time. Today, look at me. Let me finish speaking to your heart. Turning away has never happened for you in loud rebellion. It has always happened slowly, quietly, almost politely. One small delay, one skipped moment, one decision to scroll past, to stay busy, to keep moving. You did not slam the door. You simply didn't stop long enough to notice it closing. You told yourself you would return when things felt easier, when life slowed down, when you felt more ready. But later kept moving. And each time you turned away, a small distance formed, not because I moved, but because you did. I am not accusing you of that. I understand it. I know how overwhelming it can feel to sit with truth when you are tired. I know how tempting it is to numb yourself instead of listening. I know how quickly your heart learned to shut down emotionally when things felt intense. That impulse was learned. It was survival. And I do not shame you for surviving. But survival is not where I want you to remain. I want you to live. Do not turn your back on me now, because this moment is different. Not louder, not harsher, but closer. You feel it in the way your chest tightens when you think about leaving this moment. You feel it in the way your attention keeps returning even when part of you wants to escape. That is not pressure meant to trap you. That is love asking you not to run again. Write, your word is my everlasting truth. Lord, if you stand firm on Scripture's promise, I know what turning away looks like for you. It looks like distraction. It looks like telling yourself this is too intense, too serious, too much. It looks like emotionally shutting down so you do not have to feel the weight of what is being said. It looks like minimizing the moment, explaining it away, promising yourself you will reflect on it later. I know all of it, and I am speaking to you now because if you do it again tonight, you will feel the loss even if you cannot name it. Hear me carefully, my child. I am not here to corner you. I am not here to trap you in guilt. I am pleading for your attention because attention is the doorway to healing. When you turn away, nothing changes. The questions remain. The restlessness returns. The hunger stays. You go on with your life, but something inside you grows quieter, not because it is at peace, but because it is tired of being ignored. Turning away has cost you more than you realize. Not all at once and not dramatically, but slowly. It has cost you sensitivity. It has cost you clarity. It has cost you moments of peace that were available but never fully received. You adapt into that loss. You learn to live without noticing it. But now you feel the emptiness, and you wonder why nothing seems to fill it. This is why. I am not accusing you. I am inviting you. There is a difference. Accusation points backward. Invitation points forward. I am not replaying your past. I am asking for your present. I am asking you not to repeat the same pattern one more time when the stakes are higher for your heart. You may feel the urge to emotionally shut down right now, to go numb, to tell yourself you cannot handle this. That urge is not truth. It is fear protecting itself. Fear of change. Fear of exposure. Fear of letting go of control. Fear of what might be asked of you if you stay. But staying does not mean losing yourself. It means finding yourself again. Do not turn your back on me now, because this is not about rules or performance. It is about relationship. Relationships die quietly when one side keeps turning away. Not because of anger, but because of distance. I do not want distance between us. I want honesty. I want closeness. I want you to stop hiding behind movement and noise and let me meet you where you actually are. I know you have learned how to disengage quickly, to scroll past what touches too deeply, to distract yourself when emotions rise, to stay busy so nothing catches up with you. Those habits kept you functioning, but they also kept you from healing. They kept you from hearing. They kept you from resting. I am asking you to break that pattern right now, not forever, just for this moment. Turning away now would feel easier in the short term. It always does. Avoidance offers immediate relief. But relief is not the same as peace. Relief fades quickly. Peace stays. Peace requires presence. Peace requires listening. Peace requires staying when your instinct says run. That is why I am asking you not to turn away. I am pleading for your attention because I see where this moment leads. I see the fork in the road in front of you. One path looks familiar. Delay. Distraction. Miss. Survival. The other path looks uncertain, but it leads toward life, clarity, and rest. I am not forcing you down either path. I am standing here, calling you to look before you choose. My child, I am not disappointed in you. I am concerned for you. Concern is not condemnation. Concern comes from love that sees danger and speaks up. You matter to me too much to let you drift again without saying something. That is why my voice feels urgent. That is why this moment feels heavier than others. It is not because you are in trouble. It is because you are close to something important. Do not turn your back on me now because your heart is open enough to hear. You may not feel brave. You may not feel ready. But readiness often comes after obedience and not before. Staying right now is an act of courage, even if it feels small. Even if all you do is keep listening. That is enough for this moment. I know you are afraid that if you stay, something will be required of you that you cannot give. Hear me. I am not asking for everything tonight. I am asking for attention, for honesty, for willingness. You do not need to solve your whole life in this moment. You need to stop running from the truth that is reaching for you. Turning away has always been quiet for you. It did not look dramatic. It looked reasonable. It looked harmless. But reasonableness can still lead to loss when it keeps you from life. I am asking you to choose differently now. Not because you are failing, but because you are still invited. Stay with me. Let the urge to escape pass without obeying it. Let your heart remain open even if it feels uncomfortable. I am here with you. I am not rushing you. I am not leaving you. I am pleading because this matters, because you matter, and because this moment will not always be this clear. Do not turn your back on me now. Look at me. Listen. Today, I am not finished speaking, and your heart is not finished healing. My child, I need you to see this. Not glance at it, not skim past it, not half notice it while your mind is somewhere else. I need you to really see it, even if it makes you uncomfortable, even if it slows your breathing, even if it presses on places inside you that you have kept guarded for a long time. You have not been avoiding truth because you are evil or rebellious. You have been avoiding it because truth has felt heavy, and you were already carrying so much. I understand that. I see that. But avoiding truth does not make the weight disappear. It only makes it settle deeper. You learn to look away because looking straight at things hurt. You learn to soften reality, to rename it, to distract yourself from it, because facing it all at once felt unbearable. You told yourself you were being practical. You told yourself you were protecting your peace. You told yourself you would deal with things when you were stronger. But strength does not grow in blindness. It grows in honesty. And honesty begins with seeing. I need you to see the parts of your life you keep rushing past. The patterns you refuse to name. The questions you silence as soon as they rise. The quiet dissatisfaction you explain away by saying everyone feels this way. You are not broken for feeling this. You are not failing for being tired of pretending everything is fine. You are simply at a point where avoiding truth costs more than facing it. Seeing clearly will hurt before it heals. I will not lie to you about that. Light stings eyes that have lived too long in the dark. Truth can feel sharp when it first touches places that have been ignored or protected. You may feel sadness. You may feel regret. You may feel anger, even grief, as you realize how much you have been carrying and how long you have been carrying it. That pain does not mean something is wrong. It means healing has begun. Blindness, however, will cost you more than that brief pain ever could. Blindness slowly steals direction. It makes you move through life without understanding why you feel empty even when your days are full. It dulls your sensitivity until you no longer recognize what once stirred your heart. It keeps you safe from discomfort while quietly robbing you of joy. You have already paid some of that cost, and you feel it even if you have never named it. I need you to see this because I love you too much to let you live half awake. You were not created to drift through your days, managing symptoms while your soul grows hungry. You were created for life that is honest, awake, and whole. But that life cannot be entered with eyes closed. It requires courage, not the loud kind, but the quiet courage to look at what is real. Look honestly at your life, my child. Not with cruelty, not with judgment, with truth. Look at what you keep busy so you do not have to feel. Look at what drains you but feels familiar. Look at what you cling to even though it no longer gives life. Look at the places where you settled because hope felt risky. Look at the moments you chose comfort over conviction, not because you were weak, but because you were tired. I am not asking you to condemn yourself for these things. I am asking you to acknowledge them. Condemnation shuts down the heart. Acknowledgement opens it. When you see clearly, you stop fighting shadows. You stop running from unnamed fears. You stop carrying guilt you cannot even explain. Seeing gives shape to what has been haunting you quietly. You have been avoiding truth because truth asks questions you were afraid to answer. Questions like, is this how I want to live? Why do I feel so empty? What am I afraid of losing if I change? Who have I become just to survive? These questions felt dangerous because you did not know where they would lead. But avoiding them has not kept you safe. It has kept you stubborn. I need you to see your heart. Not the version you present to others, but the real one. The tired one. The conflicted one. The one that still longs for something more but is afraid to hope again. You have told yourself that longing is unrealistic. You have told yourself to be grateful for what you have and stop wanting more. Gratitude is good, but suppressing your soul's hunger is not the same as contentment. Hunger points to need, and need is not a flaw. It is a signal. Seeing clearly also means seeing where you have been afraid. Afraid of change. Afraid of loss. Afraid of letting go of what feels secure, even if it hurts. Fear has shaped more of your choices than you want to admit. Not because you are cowardly, but because you are human. Fear taught you to build walls, to control outcomes, to stay where you know the risks. But fear cannot lead you into life. It can only keep you from danger while quietly blocking joy. I need you to see that some of the peace you think you have is actually numbness. Numbness is not rest. It is exhaustion that has learned to shut down. You stop feeling deeply because feeling deeply hurt. And that made sense at the time. But numbness steals both pain and joy. It makes life manageable but small. I did not create you for a small life. You may be afraid that if you really see things clearly, everything will fall apart. That you will not be able to put it back together. That the weight will be too much. Hear me. I am not asking you to see everything at once. I am asking you to stop refusing to look. I am with you in what you see. You are not opening your eyes alone. Truth feels heavy when you carry it by yourself. Truth becomes lighter when it is shared with me. That is why I am inviting you to look honestly at your life with me present. Not standing over you. Standing beside you. Guiding you. Holding you steady as clarity comes. Seeing clearly does not mean you must fix everything immediately. It means you stop lying to yourself about what is real. It means you stop calling hunger contentment, fear wisdom, numbness peace. It means you allow yourself to say, something is not right, without immediately rushing to cover it up. My child, you have survived by not looking too closely. That survival deserves compassion. But you do not have to survive anymore. You are allowed to live. Living requires vision. Vision requires light. Light requires openness. That is the path I am inviting you onto now. I know this feels like a lot. I know part of you wants to retreat, to close your eyes again, to tell yourself you will deal with this later. But later is what brought you here feeling restless and unsatisfied. Later did not protect you. Later delayed healing. Now is where clarity still lives. I need you to see this because I want you free. Free from confusion. Free from endless cycles. Free from carrying unnamed burdens. Freedom does not begin with answers. It begins with seeing the questions clearly. Look at me, my child. I am not afraid of what you will discover when you open your eyes. I already know it. And I am still here. Still loving you. Still calling you forward. Still ready to heal what truth reveals. Seeing will hurt before it heals, yes. But blindness will cost you more than you can afford to lose. Today, look. Breathe. Let your eyes adjust to the light. I am with you, and I will not leave you once you begin to see. Hear me before today ends. Stay with me here. Let the noise fade for a moment. Let your heart breathe. Let yourself feel what you have been avoiding. You are not alone in this moment. I am here with you, speaking not to condemn you, but to call you back while there is still time. My child, time is running out faster than you think, but not in the way you have been imagining. I am not speaking to you about clocks on walls or numbers on screens. I am speaking to you about windows. Spiritual windows. Moments of clarity that open and close. Seasons when the heart can hear easily and seasons when it grows dull. This is not about death. It is about awareness. It is about moments when truth is close enough to touch, and what happens when those moments are ignored. You live by hours and days, but the soul lives by readiness. There are times when the heart is soft, when conviction can still be felt, when urgency still stirs something inside you. And there are times when the same words fall flat, when the same truth feels distant, when the same invitation no longer moves you. That is what time really is in the spirit. It is not measured by minutes. It is measured by openness. And openness does not stay the same forever. Comment Jesus, you are my song in every storm if he has carried you through battles, and share this video.